Today, I want to share a little story about why human design and being inspired by my design has made such an impact, just really practically in my life. And I think back to when I first was introduced to human design, two things stuck out to me that really grabbed my attention. And I am a manifesting generator in human design. And if you're aware of what that is, you don't have to be, but if you're aware, there's five types in human design, and mine is called a manifesting generator. One of the key things that manifesting generators do is that they're multi-passionate beings. They are guided by what intrigues them, what they're excited by. It's called being a sacral being. So I have this energy of intuition, of a gut sensation. It's like, heck yes, that is for me. Or if I don't get that response, then it's probably a no for now. It's a really, really clarifying way to make decisions. And so when I started to understand that, the first thing that stuck out to me was multi-passionate being. And now the world tells me in all of my business training, time management training, everything that I've learned as an adult or even as a kid, truly, has said something along the lines of I don't know if you know this quote. It's like, I will be a jack of all trades, but a master of none. This is the sense. This is what my ears perked up and heard. So it basically says you got to niche down. You have to do one thing really, really well. And if you have your hands in lots of different things, you're not going to be great at any of them. And so I took that, and when I put that through what that meant to me, I was like, that doesn't feel right, but I guess it's true. So what's the one thing? And I have popcorned around like my interest, like maybe I only share one side of an interest that I have, or maybe I only focus on one thing because I'm supposed to do one thing and be really, really good at that one thing. But what I always found is when I focused on one thing, eventually I'd just be so stressed about it. I'd be overwhelmed, can't do it anymore. I'd sit down to do that work or learn that thing. And if I wasn't excited about it, it was like nothing I could do. And I found out by understanding my human design chart and breakdown, and there's a lot more to it, but just understanding that my type is meant to be multi-passionate, that I'm going to get energy. I'm going to be more inspired to do better things and more aligned things for me when I do follow all of these little popcorn interests. And so a lot of times you'll meet manifesting generators that have multiple jobs, or they have this interesting career path that doesn't really seem to go together. And that has been my story. So you know, I worked at a chiropractor's office, and I was a Red Bull girl, believe it or not. I also work at a spa. I love health and wellness. I'm a yoga instructor. I'm a pampered chef consultant and do cooking shows and have an online presence for that. So I have all of these different things. And when I'm interested in it, I'm doing a little here and a little there. My design actually says that is what's right for me. That is how I get my energy. Whereas much of the world, if that's not your type, doing all the things that I do while it gives me energy, it could burn you out. And so that was the first thing that caught my attention. And it was such a permission, like a relief to be able to just say, you know what? I am designed to do all these things. And so I am just going to go follow my passion. And I am also super obsessed with paddleboarding. I love paddleboarding. I love astrology. I love all of these little mini things. And I can spend hours and all this time learning about it and doing it. And what I found out when I started understanding human design, that's good. That's a good thing for me. And while it might not be for others and it might not be quote unquote the smartest way, this is the way that I was meant to be. And when I learned it, something in my spirit said, yes, this feels right. And so it validated what I was already feeling, all the resistance I had to let's just do one thing, gone in an instant. It was so fast. It inspired me to just learn more about it. And I am still obsessed with human design. And I know we're going to talk a lot about it on this podcast because it inspires me. I hope that some of these stories will inspire you. The second thing that I want to share that made such a huge impact in my life when I learned my type. So I came at my full-time job when I was right out of college was working at this training company where I helped like little companies put in a training program. It could be like soft skills like leadership development or emotional intelligence, things like that, or it could literally be like we need to do forklift safety training. So I help companies do that as an account manager. And I did so many time management courses. And another thing you might be interested to know is that I kind of have that squirrely brain, the ADHD brain, they call it the spicy, I have spicy brain. And I had a really, really hard time when I was sitting at a desk and trying to do dot, dot, dot. So I took all these time management courses, right? And this was the big thing about it was you had these four quadrants, and some things are urgent, some things are important, some things are not important, not urgent, and you'd have to do the urgent and important things first and like prioritize your time, right? And so I took this I took this very seriously. I'd take my calendar, I'd decide ahead of time, here's what I'm going to do and why I'm going to do it first, and I'm going to eat that frog and do the hardest thing first. I lived my life, most of my adult life, this way. And what I learned when I was, I learned about generators needing to do what they're attracted to, what sounds fun, what's a heck yes right now. What I started doing is instead of making a to-do list, I had a million of them. I started calling my to-do list my big buffet of options. And I know that I have like calling it that. I got that from someone else, just FYI. I started calling it my big buffet of options. And so when I did my to-do list, that part didn't change. I would sit down and look at it. And as if it were a big buffet that I was picking things that I wanted off of it, I would do the thing that I was willing to do, that I was attracted to, the one that I was excited to do, even. And my chart as a manifesting generator, looking at that as a big buffet of options, has given me so much energy to get more done in less time. Because even if it doesn't make sense, even if, let's say, one of the things on my list is to go clean out my closet, and another thing on my list is to um, work on the paper that's due on Friday, almost everyone would tell you, go work on the paper. The closet doesn't matter. But if I look at that big buffet of options and my body's like, I just want to clean the closet, I am meant to go clean the closet. And something about cleaning that closet is going to give me what I need to get that paper done by Friday on time with more clarity, with more intention, showing up as my better self, my authentic self. And that alone, if that is the only thing that I ever found out about human design and my chart, it made huge impact on me because it's weight off my shoulders. I don't have to feel like I'm doing my to-do list wrong. I don't have to resist doing the hard thing and not get to anything or be what I always did was get paralyzed or numb out by watching TV or listening to a podcast or doing something else that wasn't even on the list at all because I'm so burnt out. I'm so stressed out. I can't force myself to do these things. And when I found out, hey, my type is meant to do it a different way, and I started embracing that and just trying that out, whoa, I'll never go back because it works for me. So if you are curious about how can you take what it says about you and your human design chart and learning, like, are there some practical things like this? Could you give yourself some permission and validation that just like takes weight off and helps you get more done, helps you take that next step, that next right step for you on your journey on what you're trying to accomplish with your life in general? Then I want to get you the resources you need for that. So thank you so much for listening today. Let me know if this resonates for you. And by the way, there are 5 types in human design. So you might not be a manifesting generator like I am, but maybe you resonate with it, or maybe you're just like, Katie, tell me what my things are. And I would love to do that for you. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope to hear how it impacts you, or if it inspires you to any action. Make sure you let me know that too. Have a great day.